up for this. That is. Let's see here.
Hi, L'Oreal.
Hi.
I see you got your saran wrap. You got your hairbrush going.
I'm sorry. I was trying to. That's why I'm late. I was trying to get finished, but I
Listen,
didn't quite make it.
you see,
But
I'm over
y'all
here.
just got to see me finishing my hair because I gotta work in the morning.
Okay, well, since she
I'm
doing
over
her,
here trying to eat dinner, so
hold on. Let me go ahead
So
since she
I
doing
apologize.
her.
Doc, you look like you talking from Cell Block 7, okay?
Hold on. I want to do an impersonation of Melissa and her pixelated self.
You gotta wait till she get back. You gotta wait till she get back. You gotta wait till she get back.
So
Will,
I'm
hey,
gonna do
Will,
better.
you
I
gotta
see
wait till she
y'all
get back,
all
Will. You gotta wait
dressed
till she
and
get back.
everything.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
like she all the way off instead of being
telling
all
you,
the way live.
That Wi-Fi has got her popping and locking.
Hey, what she gonna
No,
need to do?
just locking.
She gonna hate this, but she's gonna have to reboot her Wi-Fi to start all over again.
Oh man, look at L'Oreal. She all getting domestic with the saran wrap.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay. The tutorial 101.
Well,
initially I
I'm
thought you were
sorry. I'm
cooking.
in my salon, so
This is interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Nope.
Hey, Doc,
I
let me
do
ask you a
some
question. Did you
process.
reset your computer or did you reset your internet?
I uploaded, I downloaded a new software for my Mac upgraded. Is it better? No.
No, reset. You got to reboot your laptop and then you got to reset your internet. The only thing is, you reset your internet, you're gonna be like five minutes to try to get it back up.
Y'all can do it online. Y'all can just be introduce yourself while I try to get myself together.
Okay.
Oh wait, are we live? Are we eating and wrapping up hair?
Hey,
You know,
folk are keeping it real in here. You hear me?
Maria, you want to blow dry?
She is really doing it. She is really doing it.
Okay, I ain't gonna.
Hey, L'Oreal, you can keep the volume up, but just go ahead and take you off screen because the whole world gonna see this.
You will always keep the see that you blow dry your hair. You just keep it 100.
Don't
Wait, no.
Don't come for me.
With the saran wrap though. With the saran wrap. I ain't mad. I said,
Yeah.
but with the saran wrap.
I gotta. Yeah, it's a process. I'm sorry.
Listen, I love it.
I'm gonna get right. This was my first one. It was short notice, and I was about to start when she messaged me. So next time, if it's the next time, then I'll be ready.
She's gonna be all the way live. She's gonna be ready.
Right. Exactly.
Am I still ready or am I good?
No, you're not good. But William gonna tell you how you look like. William, how she look like? What you did earlier, William? What you did earlier? Impersonation.
Oh.
Is that really what's going on?
That's really what's going on.
Is that really what's going on?
I'm sorry. Are you asking a question?
Hey, did you see that real switch? Is that really what's going on right now? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on either.
Hold on. There's some more. She got some more pics. Let me do these impersonations here.
Yeah, Doc, you're gonna have to reboot your laptop and reboot your internet. Oh my gosh.
That's what I gotta do.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but if you want to us.
All right, well, so okay. Are we supposed to introduce ourselves in slow mo again or what?
She didn't put us live yet, so she should have put us on live before she logged off.
Now, speaking of which, okay, because I wanted to direct everybody to this from my Facebook page. Is there any way to do that, or is it just?
Oh, wait a minute, we are live. Wait a minute, we are live. Okay, so what you do is go onto your to her Facebook page and hit share and share it onto your page.
Okay, hold on. To her Facebook page. Her Facebook page. Chester Norland. Hold on. And hit share.
I bet you I know what William is thinking right now because everything he says is coming out his lips.
Thank you for the heads up on that. For real. La 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 la. Okay, go here and hit share. Cutting up with fellow FAMUans. On the topic of
Hold on.
real. On the topic
Do we have
of love and relationships.
Bless you.
Thank you, Melissa. They ain't coming up. Well, I guess it'll come up when I hit. Okay, boom, share now. Okay. All right. Says video has no sound, but I could have sworn I heard something.
But yeah, make sure you have it on mute on your phone because you don't want the feedback to come in on here. It's
Gotcha.
Crazy.
Gotcha.
All right, so Doc is talking to us through Facebook. She said, "Go ahead and introduce ourselves." So, hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Marcel Blanford. I'm here as a guest for Doc from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm a realtor. I've been on here many times before, so be welcome for some fun and also some serious talk today. So that's me.
All right. Greetings, everyone. My name is Dr. William Hobbs, fellow FAMUan. I went to school with Dr. Melissa, and I am a professor at Florida Memorial University in Miami, the only HBCU in South Florida. I'm a writer, a mentor, and have many opinions. Yes. Your turn, Simone. Pion.
Oh, well, okay. Pew back at you. Hi, everybody. I'm Simone. I am also a realtor. I am in the Jacksonville, Florida area, and I am joining tonight to talk about, love and dating. And the message I got was prepare to go deep. So
yes,
with everything that entails, we're prepared. We're prepared and waiting on the one and only Doc.
So the host, before she gets on, we might rank on her just a little bit, but right now she's getting her Team AB service together because get her service together. So yeah, she's gonna be on RDD2 language. So when she comes on, she speaks English, but if not, she's gonna be like, can y'all hear me?
That's fine. I mean, we already have Erykah Badu being an analog world in the digital world. So, just a little bit of sisterhood. That's all that is.
So I guess I'm going to ask you guys a question while we're waiting on Doc. What are your views on dating and deciding how do you go from dating from chilling and hanging and chilling to dating? How does a woman make that transition with you?
Okay, so from what I'm hearing, you're saying, okay, you were friends with somebody and then y'all decided to take it to the next level, correct?
No, what I'm saying, I should have explained that better. You see a lady, you exchange information, you go out on a couple dates. What does that look like for you when you're transitioning from, hey, how you doing, into, oh, she's really kind of interesting. I think I could see myself dating her for the next 6 months. That goes into a year or into whatever it goes into.
Okay, your turn, Marcel.
Oh my God, William, really? Well,
You
oh,
under the bus.
damn,
See
Will.
that? Boom, boom, speed
Okay.
bump. That's
Well,
myself. That's me running around.
Ron on cut right here. Okay, so, Lord have mercy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was told that we were going deep, so
Yeah, hey, look,
I'm just standing in.
All
Okay,
right,
we didn't know we were going deep immediately.
yeah. Okay, so when it comes down to dating, there's a fine line of addressing, not even addressing, but like, putting out there what is it that you're expecting. The new thing now, a lot of times, when women talk to men, they say, hey, what is it that you're looking for? And the common response usually is that we have no expectations. Normally the reason being because sometimes when we put expectations out there, that woman will cater herself to try to reach to the expectation that we're looking for to try to keep a man. I guess when I look back in the old times when Ma Diaz used to say, hey girl, look at now, be careful now, yeah, that's the man right there. You need to keep that man. You need to do everything possible to keep that man and be on your best behavior. I remember when women used to say, shoot, I'm trying to make sure I don't mess this up. And I'm like, what the heck? You mess this up. So but anyway, to answer your question, when it comes out to dating, is to let it know right off back what is your expectations. Because us guys, we meet you, we like you, we're dating, and it's really on you to decide how long you're gonna be on this ticket.
So these are my expectations at date 1, date 3, date, hey, I think we could have something here. Like, when do you set your expectations out?
See, that depends on the individual.
Okay.
If you're with somebody and they're just, superficial, let's do this, let's do that, and it doesn't really, it's something to do, you can float like that indefinitely.
Yeah.
But if you come across somebody and they've said something that you can really resonate, it's something that you couldn't have planned.
Okay.
And it's like, you know what? Okay, since you said that, I think I might be able to have a deeper connection because you kind of said something. You know what? This might work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So it's never a thing. Oh, I can't stand when I hear stuff like this. A man should go into a dating with someone with the intention to get married. I ain't got the intention to do nothing. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to see what there is to see. And according to the energy I'm getting, I'm going to recalibrate to see, what will come of it. I remember one time I was talking with a friend of mine. He was like, this girl was all in my ear, like, is sex all I'm good for? And he was like, I don't know. You tell me. what you got?
But that's a good point.
Yeah. So it depends totally on, how deep of a connection that I'm feeling with the lady. And it's nothing that can be planned.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, you got to keep him and such and such. If you just be yourself. And to me, that means don't come with like 50, 11 eyelashes. Don't come to me talking about the last place you traveled. Okay, that basic Facebook stuff. Been there, done that.
Okay.
It could be something as silly as, what? I love the movie Pootie Tang. I do too.
Right.
We could bond something silly, so you never know. You never know.
One of the things that you said as we talk about things that resonate is, I remember, obviously as a woman, I have I've known a lot of women, had a lot of conversations. And I think one of the things that women tend to do before you hit, let's just say 35, 40, you don't do it maybe as much. I think we tend to, you meet a man, you meet a guy, you meet a man, and you go out on a date and you already have a plan for where it's going. And so we sometimes, which I think is what you guys feel on the other end, is that we come in with the entire roadmap already planned on, oh, he's the one. Like we tend to go into things thinking he's the one, where I think a lot of guys go in more as, oh, well, let me see what's up. And so
Actually,
that throws off that communication piece. But I'll let you finish that thought. I think a lot of it is how boys and girls are raised. And so we're raised to be in touch with our feelings, and we're raised to want a man that's going to be there and to fill all of those roles and those expectations, because those are the things that your mother taught you, because that's what her mother taught her. And I think now some of that is changing, because generationally, what we're taught generationally is changing.
okay. Well, to that, I'd say what's been so interesting for yours truly, being divorced and all,
And all.
and all. Now, when I was 20 something, and oh my gosh, it was the sisters like, okay, let me see what he got. You're gonna have to impress me. I'm fine. I ain't got time for all this. I have all these choices. They got the youth in the flat to tell me, let me see how far I can get with this.
Right.
And they out here tap dancing hard. Hey, I'm a Scorpio. I got this. Look at this tercel. We were auditioning hard.
Yes, bro.
And now
Ties have turned.
that part, folks, dodging menopause, and whoever you thought you was with, it didn't work out. You got a kid and all this other kind of stuff. And now, I got me a little degree. I got me a little job. Clearly, I'm sane. Ain't no drug issues. I don't do crazy molesting stuff. So, you know what? You're what I was looking. Okay, let's do something. They're big on the image now.
Yeah.
I think your expectation of, not even your expectation, your view of what you want changes with life experience. So when you're in your 20s, with your flat tummy girls and guys, you have all the time in the world. And as you go through things, and you're disappointed, your expectations change, and you begin to realize the superficial things that you thought were important. Those things really are not important. That's not what's going to make your life better. Those are not the people who are going to go on these trips, right? And have these life events and these life experiences and be able to show the same type of appreciation. You just realize as you get older, I think your perception of what you want as a man and as a woman. Like at some point, I think men get to the point, I've slept with as many people as I can sleep with. I've done all I want to do. Like I want to be home now, and I don't want to do it. Right. And I think with women, it's the same. Like I'm tired of looking. I want somebody to settle down with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess there's different forms of settling down.
And settle is such a strong word, right?
Go ahead, Marcel. Go ahead. You do it. You get it.
I say this for. Oof, this is gonna be really tough.
Take your time. Let the Lord use you.
Hey, but I gotta be that instrument.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of women now these days are meeting different facets of men, right? So we have. I'm gonna just talk about Alyssa. If you're dating a man that's been married before, now he's divorced. I'm speaking this because I'm divorced. It takes a lot for that woman to. I'm not gonna say that woman to do anything. It takes a lot for us men to decide to move on to the next step because we already know that realm of being married, especially to a woman that's never been married before. Because the whole goal, I'm not gonna say the whole goal. Let me not say in general, but majority of the time frame, the women that never been married, their goal is to get married because you don't feel like you're accomplished unless you had that title that you've been married before.
Get married, have children, right?
Exactly, but not to have children part because it's just the title just getting married. Like William was putting the pose on. That shelf life for a lot of women is from the age of 19 to the age of 35. They was having fun, YOLO. I could be with anybody I want to be with. I don't want to be with you right now. I'm just having my fun. But now when it gets to that point, like, okay, damn, I want to have kids. I want to settle down, this and that. Now they try to find that right mate, that right alpha. It's kind of hard to find that right alpha because that alpha is now saying, hey, let me focus on my career. Let me focus on doing this. Or I have a whole playing field. What is it that you're doing different compared to the whole playing field? Because I can get sex anywhere. What is it you're doing different? And it's not too much about what you bring to the table. It's like William touched a little bit on this. If you could be my best friend, like hang out with me and give me my peace. And then when I say the best friend, I don't just mean that
amazing.
I'm not saying we sharing stories like that. I'm just saying like when we around each other, you know, like, okay, you know what? He looked like he had a hard day. I'm gonna give him his space, or hey, you want some company? Let me spend some time with you, let me rub your hair, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like be that missing piece to our puzzle. Because one thing I always tell someone, I said, not everyone that you meet is the right one for you. I may have it all established and going on, and you like, wait a minute, this is the guy of my dreams.
On paper.
Exactly. But I don't feel that chemistry like you feel that chemistry towards me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand where I'm from?
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of women that fall into that place like, oh my God, this is the best person. But then, and I've said this before in other shows, you chose me. I didn't pick you yet.
I think people fall into, I know when I was doing dating, like I know I have been at least once like an accidental girlfriend, where.
Oh, explain.
Yeah.
So here's what that means. You were friends and you were kind of just hanging out and you started dating, but there was never a intent to date. You just ended up dating. So then you all ended up being accidental boyfriends and accidental girlfriends because there was never a decision that was made as far as I like this person and I want to date. You just moved gradually from one station into the next. And that's what I would term an accidental. You're an accidental girlfriend or an accidental boyfriend.
I got myself. Me. Because Simone.
But I was much younger.
Okay. However, that to me sounds like an organic development to a relationship. Whereas some people, it's like, okay, well, until we say, doggone it, this is what it is, and now we're doing something. No, we've been doing something. So, like, to me, it's like, okay, that right there, the biscuit was in the oven and it was rising and it was doing fine. But to me, when the woman said, no, what are we right now? Okay, are we throwing this thing in the microwave? Just hey. And I think the main thing reason why women try to press that immediate thing is, I want to keep you from doing anything like this with anybody else right now.
Right.
Immediately. And I think that's when things get hairy, so to speak.
Okay.
So yeah, what happened while you were getting your accidental on? How did that turn out?
We purposely went different ways.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You kind of, like I said, it makes me think of how you hear them say, we were chilling, right? And when you chill, you get children. But I think,
that's good. I never heard that one before. Okay.
You never heard that one? When you chill, you get children. Yeah.
I had to do a little bit more than chill to get children.
Yeah,
so different. You sound like you fell asleep and then woke up and wow.
Yeah. But I think, like I said, I think as you get older, you start to move from a space and a place of intent. And I think that's one of the hallmarks of maturity and of aging, is moving with intent.
Moving with intent. Yeah, the intent to be at peace.
Yeah.
Peace is the easiest thing to get, but it is the hardest thing to keep. We all come in with a level of peace. We just don't protect it. And so you allow people to take your piece, and you give them a piece of your mind and a piece of this and a piece of that. And so I think you have to determine what is your piece. What does that look like? Be it in your relationships or at work or wherever. Marcel, I see you smirking. out here showing dimples. That don't work over here, buddy.
Well, it's just so when it comes down to peace, this is my observation. Everyone have different type of value systems that they came up with.
Yeah.
Everyone have different ways how they handle their anger or their frustration or their temperament. So I may be calm and collective and may have a nonchalant approach on things based on life experiences or stress from the military or whatever the case may be, and I learn how to handle it. But then when other people come into the equation, they're different. They handle their stress like they got to talk it out, or they got to come. You're relaxing. They got to come and say, "Hey, look, blah 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 blah," and you like, "Okay, hold on, now, let me just go ahead and listen." Or if I'm not focused on what you're saying or trying to decipher what you're saying, then you get frustrated with me, and now you're disrupting my peace when I'm trying to cause you to have peace. So 9 times out of 10, I say it's an inner thing. When I say, "Hey, I'm at peace," it's just not peace of like mind. It's just like everything, my whole aura around me is like my world have to be at a stable level for me to be able to be functional, to be able to provide for whoever I'm with, and also provide myself with some, with health and prosperity and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say whenever you join with someone else, their war have to match with it. That's what dating is about. Like when you say you got to the accidental relationship and stuff like that, it's not accidental. Like William was saying, it was something that was already in motion because there was no titles to it. It's just everything was flowing seamlessly. And the next thing you know, hey, look, you ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. We together. You understand where I'm coming from? And that's that organic growth because like William, I know he's on the same page with me. We're in a microwave society. Because now today, when we date, dating is now boyfriend and girlfriend. When we say we boyfriend and girlfriend, now we're married.
Right.
When we say we're married, that means that we're getting close to divorce.
Exactly. How does that go?
Hey, I'm still processing chilling and children. So,
but no. But folks say we're married now, it gets to a point, like, hey, look, that's the end all be all. Like, you ain't going nowhere. Now I got some real papers on you. But then when I tell people, I say, hey, look, I don't care if somebody married. There's no papers don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about the heart and how that person is around you. Mm-hmm. And I said this before, but I gotta be PG-13 now because I don't know who's watching this. But the pros are winning. Okay.
In different area codes.
In different area codes. And what I mean by that is that we have, and I see this on social media all the time. I've seen women saying that, and it's so weird. It's so demeaning too, but it's so weird because there's women out there that say, hey, look, I will honestly be a side chick. I don't need all that attention, all that good stuff. And now you see this married guy or this person in a relationship, or this person not even in a relationship, and this person's putting all this out there. You're like, golly, wait a minute, what kind of world we in? So I go back.
I think that you make a very valid point where, so here's a question for you within that point. Is it that, it's a 3-part question. Is it too difficult to be in a relationship and so it's easier to be a third party? Or is it that on the male and or female side, they feel like there are not enough quality people of either specific male and or female, and so they are okay with being that third party? Or is it just that they don't care and I want what I want and I'm going to get what you get and have to see you a third of the time? I'm going to get everything your wife or your husband gets and I only have to put a third of the time in.
Dang, Simone, you put a whole lot of stuff out there. I'm trying to process
it. Yeah, when she said 3, I started getting ahead.
Yeah,
I'm about my temples.
I'll say this. 9 times 10, if it's a third party, it's not they trying to be equal and get everything that the wife is getting. They just have nothing going on with them at that moment. So this is something fun to entertain. But I always tell people that third party is a person that will always destroy whatever you got going on, because they have no liability. They have nothing to lose. So whoever's entertaining a third party, it's a fireball that's about to explode.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple, you know. So when it comes to something like that, I always tell people, hey, you might want to leave the situation and let that be. Or if you married or whatever the case is, then you have some serious thing. You need to fess up and let your significant other know, because you don't want that to blow up and they find out outside. Because now they would never, I mean, they don't trust you now, but they will never be able to respect you. Because the biggest thing I want a lot of people on this audience to know, when a man say we love you, y'all go gaga goo. Well, when y'all tell us you love us, we're like, okay, cool. But if you say you respect us, that's equivalent to love to us.
There.
Okay. A totally different language.
That right there is truth, roof right there. Because I'm like,
okay.
God,
If you say you respect
How
us,
does this work? Like, I've been dying to say something. So
Say it, L'Oreal.
by the way, L'Oreal, your hair
Like,
is beautiful.
I don't know.
I love your hair,
Are we
L'Oreal.
or what?
we all back in. Hey, welcome, Doc, from Cell Block 357.
Oh, she still looks like she on the block.
Still on it too, yeah. Live from death row.
So,
But-
Simone, I was wanting to comment on what you
Am
were
I
just
here?
saying about. I'm sorry.
Am I okay now?
No, Doc.
No, but we love you. We still love you.
Yeah, we still love you. Yes, we do. Everyone, let's donate $5 for Doc to go ahead and upgrade her system.
Oh, hold on, I'm typing in the chat room. Go fund her Wi-Fi.
Hey,
This is Comcast and AT&T. I'm working on it.
No.
okay. Hey, Doc. I know you're the hostess, but hey, you might well go ahead and type in the chat room. Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like you are falling down a tunnel of tinfoil.
Yes, your protege got it going on right now, Doc. We'll go ahead and send you text messages and stuff like that in prison. I mean, and you know.
Yes.
Hey, ladies. Hi, L'Oreal. Hi, Zeta Beautiful. Hi, Tracy. How you guys doing? Can y'all introduce yourselves? Because I know we already started in, but I know some people want to know who you are. L'Oreal.
Yes, L'Oreal, with that perfect hair. Could you?
I did a little something to it. So my name is L'Oreal, and I am a hairstylist. I've been a hairstylist for, I don't know, about 26 years. I also do accounting for hospice. I don't know, like, what am I supposed to say? I mean,
Glad to be here.
Glad you're here, L'Oreal. And before I get to Zeta, Tracy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy Oliver, and during the daytime, I am an educator. I'm an assistant principal here in Duval County, and in the evening times, I always refer to myself as a superhero because I do things to make education better for kids. I have my own consulting company, and I consult with really small school systems and charter school systems, and so and I do some other things. But I'm very excited to be here, and I thought the conversation was really interesting, and I am so excited that our kings are so transparent and honest in your answers, and I think you guys can help a lot of people, especially women. So I am ready to join the conversation and be a part.
Thank
you
you.
for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you right before her big bed, Zeta Beautiful.
You know what? Don't start today, Marcel. Now, I was listening to y'all and I couldn't get in because I was in jail too because Doc couldn't let me in. and I wish I could go back. I definitely want to go back to some of the stuff y'all was talking about. But hello, everyone. I'm Karen.
All right, how you doing?
Zeta Beautiful. Look, I am the president of the Beta Alpha Zeta chapter here in Jacksonville, Florida. By day, I sell Medicare and Aflac insurance. I'm an insurance agent. And there you go. And look, and I promise you, and I look at grown people and I'm like, it's just a duck. Let go. Let go. You know. And you know, so I do Medicare. So if you need Medicare for your parents, your aunts, anybody disabled, let me know. Open enrollment begins on Friday. And yeah.
All right.
So, L'Oreal, you were trying to jump into my 3-part question.
Yes.
Oh, God, yes.
And I know you messaged and said you were just having this conversation earlier today. I think women, this is a conversation like we're always having, right?
Yes, yes, it is. It's well, I do hair, so you know I'm always talking to women. That's it. I'm a counselor, I'm a hairstylist, psychiatrist, all of that. But it comes up a lot, and I think it just depends on the person, because everybody, you know, has been different places. Me myself, I'm divorced as well. So, and I was married for almost 20 years. So it looks a lot different from this side than what I saw before. Now, from a personal aspect, I'm still looking for the one. So I go into every relationship hoping, not necessarily thinking that this is the one, but hoping that it's the one, because
Did everybody get stuck?
Yeah, because I don't like the single life, and this I guess it's just because that's not what I'm used to. Because like I said, I was with the same person for 18 years. So, you know, it's the dating world is hard. And a lot of times women also, they just give up, and they, you know, they say, well, you know, I've done the relationship thing. I'm not interested. Just if I can just get a little piece of a man, if he can just, you know, just keep his word just a little bit. I know on Thursdays and the weekends, you know, every other Saturday, he's going to be where he says he's going to be. He's going to be with me, and the little benefit that I can get from that, I'll take it. You know, it's and it just depends on at what point. I think the names left me, but I think the guy in the burgundy, what's your name? I'm sorry. Yes, I think you were saying, you know, something about that too. It just depends on, you know, the person and where you've been prior and the things that you've gone through. I don't think anybody wakes up and decides, oh, I want to be a side chick. You know what I'm saying? Overnight. I don't think anybody really sets out to do that. But people have insecurities and different things about themselves. And some people feel like this is the best that I can do. You know, after you get let down so many times, you know, well, it seems like that's all that hits on me are married men or younger guys. I got caught up in the whole younger guy thing. That was awful for me because it seemed like honestly, it was crazy because it was like the only guys that I could get to talk to me past, you know, to show interest were younger, a lot younger. And I just didn't necessarily like that. I kind of took offense to it because I was like, well, what does that say about me? Like, what am I?
Right.
Is it
like, what am I putting out?
Right. What am I putting out there that I am attracting what I seem to be immature? But I don't know. It seems like they were the only ones that I could relate to. I don't know. Maybe that's just where I was mentally. I don't know.
What is that noise? Do y'all hear that noise?
Oh, yeah, I hear it. I don't know what that is. Did it stop? But it goes and comes. And then, William, you said something earlier, too, that I wanted to touch on, like, really quick. I don't know if you speak from, like, just personal experience, but one thing that I've noticed, men tend to have a really big issue, or the men that I've dealt with women stereotyping them. And you put all of us in the exact same box. And to me, I don't like it because I am the complete opposite. I've had the experiences that you've had with men. Men are more possessive. So they want to put the title on because I don't want my woman to be with anybody else. It's like, if I get her to agree to say, okay, we're together or we're in a relationship, then I don't have to worry about her. I know she'll be faithful. She'll be more apt to be faithful to me, and I don't have to worry about her being with anybody else. I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, we're having fun. We're friends. We have a good time when we go out. Like, I'm cool. Why rock the boat? Because as soon as you try to put a title on it, it seems like that's when everything goes to hell in a handbasket. So it's like, I've had the exact same situation to happen, but it's always the man in my situation every single time. So it's like, you can't say, well, all women think this way, or that situation is going to be the same with every woman, because I promise you, it's not. It's really, really not. What happened to my sound? Oh God!
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Like,
William,
Oh, I can
William,
hear
you on
now.
mute.
I can hear you now.
William on mute.
See,
Ain't nobody you was talking so long, you ain't never breathed. Everybody's like,
Doc, can you type that, please? Because you
Yeah, type that, Doc.
I'm sorry, Doc. You gotta type that one up.
Yeah, you got to type
yeah,
that.
what you just said.
Doc, you might have to phone in.
Yeah, L'Oreal, yeah, you're right. Yeah, my bad on stereotyping. I was speaking specifically of my situation. But yeah, with the younger guys, hey, stop buying them PS5s and they'll leave you alone.
I don't.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Hey, L'Oreal, I understand.
Girl, you can buy him a PS5. You can buy him one.
Hey, L'Oreal,
I have a 10-year-old son, so I don't.
Hey, L'Oreal, I learned my lesson about talking in general with Zeta the Beautiful, because she would call you out. Okay, but anyway, I had to learn, because that was a bad thing. That one time we had that conversation, we about to get heated. That big better hug. But anyway,
I would say also, L'Oreal, as far as younger men is concerned, I've noticed that with quite a few women who are hairstylists as well, because one, you always tight. This is always tight. A lot of women up in age or whatever, they settle in a hairstyle or whatever the case is, but you always up on your business. There's a good chance that you heard some of the fly music because you in there with your girls, and you up on the latest memes and all this other kind of stuff. So you don't necessarily have that Waffle House Walmart effect. You still popping in your own way.
Oh, gotcha. And then it doesn't help that I have teenagers. Well, my son is 10, but my daughter is 17, and that's my best friend.
See.
So
you're popping.
I guess she's rubbed off on me.
Right.
Yeah, and then I don't know, younger things. I ride motorcycles. I have a motorcycle and stuff like that. So
there you go.
I don't know. I guess maybe that.
L'Oreal,
How old are you? If I can ask, how old are you?
43.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 40. I'm 43.
So, L'Oreal, you said a couple of things. I just want to touch base. Like, I remember when I was a young lad, and I dated older women, and you're right. We could talk on certain things, but then of course, I had lack of some knowledge on certain things. But when it comes down to affection and when it comes down to affection, that's usually like the universal language on almost all levels. But when it comes down to experience, that's where it kind of lack, and that's where the disconnect will come in. But a lot of us men, I don't want to generalize us too much, but when it comes down to the opposite sex, we sit here and try to analyze every single thing about you. And the young ones are bold enough to approach you because they have no fear. The older ones are usually reserved to approach you because they have we usually have a lot of women that approach us, and it's so weird because I know I have discussions with some women that I when I meet, and they say, well, how come you're not in a relationship? Because I'm choosy. I'm at a point in my life that, I just don't jump at everything that just comes at me, and the crazy thing is now in this time of age. Yes, we have a high influx of good women out there, but not too many good men out there, or not say too many good men, not enough men out there that kind of presents enough quality for women to try to really want to pursue, you know. And it's so weird because I've seen like this guy could be working hard and whatever the case is, but then you're like, oh, wait a minute, what kind of profession he does? Okay, I don't want to talk to him. You know, and then you see someone else that's got it going on, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's the one I want to be with, but then that person don't want to talk to you. You know, so it's, you know, it's like the picture is and the thing I love all my queens. You know, I'll be like, hey, look, I appreciate you, you know, for the things that, you know, you done, you're nurturing, you're caring. But sometimes they put, you know, some women put pressure on you, like, wait a minute, hey, you single, hey, you need to be with somebody. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just doing me, I'm just relaxing. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to do this, I want to do that. You know, and it puts, sometimes it put us men in uncomfortable positions, you know, because we don't want to have to go ahead and be forced into something that we don't want to be into, you know. And likewise, you know, opposite sex, you feel the same way too. You know, you like see someone like, okay, God, he kind of cute. All right, I don't like him. Okay. But then this person being persistent, next thing you know, you end up in a relationship with this person. So persistency is usually key, but some men don't like that much persistence.
Is it being persistent, or is it that they don't like that, or they don't like
doing that,
the aggression?
I'm gonna break this down to it. As a young lad, we've been taught to always pursue. If a woman says no, keep trying. She's gonna say yes one day.
Okay.
When it comes down
Hold
to
on, you can't hear me now.
Look, RDD too. Just phone a friend. No, we can't hear you clearly.
Phone next door, babe.
You got it completely clear for me.
But you need to steal somebody's Wi-Fi.
No, go next. Yes, hack in next door.
Marcel, I want to answer also.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think what we fail to realize too is everyone is not going to be a match. Just because you have an attractive woman or an attractive male, or like she said, whatever, you still have to have chemistry. And people keep failing to realize that you don't have to have anything wrong with anyone. I have met great people, but again, we have to have chemistry. An attractive person can have a stale personality. I have an extremely big personality, and everybody can't take a big personality. And I have been in situations where it's a quiet guy who's very attracted to me, but he wants me to fit in his box. I can't do that. And I am a social person. And Dr. Melissa will tell you, because we have this like the same personalities. We are A women, so A-type women. So it doesn't mean anything is wrong with someone. You just have to find someone you click with. And I think a lot of people start nitpicking at your faults because you don't fit them. And you have to remember that as people, because I know ain't sugar, honey, iced tea wrong with me. But, you heard me say it, Marcel.
I listen.
Look, and I'm sorry for everybody else, but y'all got to go through it because they talk about me. But I can tell you, I got it going on. The next person may have it, but that don't mean we gonna click. And I think people fail to realize that, and so they always say something's wrong. There is nothing wrong. You just aren't a match. And I think people need to remember that when they're, saying things, because they always think it's something wrong or it's something negative. It just may not be a match, which is
know what, Zayda? The other thing is that, to your point, is that I think sometimes what happens is when y'all are in that cool date or early dating stage, people are okay with you and your personality, and they're okay with you being social, and they're okay with you knowing everyone. But then when feelings start to enter, then
girl, you better preach. Hit your hoop. I know you're gonna hit your hoop right now. Hit it.
They're no longer okay with you knowing everybody and with you being social. And so now you go from knowing these people to, oh, you must be trying to sleep with that person, or oh, well, why you got to speak to everybody when we go out? Well, these are the same people that I'm been speaking to, you know, especially like when you're from somewhere. I grew up here. Like, I know everybody. You know what I mean? And so I think that fundamentally we have to look at why is it that once feelings enter the picture, your coolness is the first thing to evaporate.
Well, I think, and this could be, gosh, the ideas that we've been fed as far as what settling down is. I cannot tell you how many people I've come across. You know, you divorced or whatever. Ooh, you in shape. You looking good for 50. You know, you need to find somebody as if you say,
You
okay.
just pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, hey. This lady said, you gonna find somebody and all that's gonna settle down. Like, I like to work out. Yeah, but no, this is just me, right? So I could easily tell, you know, when I was married, this was still me anyway. But there's this thing of there's a certain amount of attractiveness, of vibrancy. It's just supposed to die away because you're in a relationship. I'm supposed to see you all at the mall wearing the same outfit, looking bored as all get out. That's what a relationship is, you know,
Right.
Especially for men. You're supposed to wind up waiting for her to order your food. You're supposed to have her picking your friends. And it's like, you know what? I don't even want that with somebody I click with. So then men are like, yeah, we cool, but okay, let me see how, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Are you coming in with a takeover spirit?
Exactly. And
Lord,
I've really been fed the idea that if you love a woman, that's what she'll do. You know, that is your job. A happy wife, happy life. Don't nothing rhyme with husband. So, you know, therefore, a lot of men are made to feel like, okay, if I'm even looking out for what makes me happy, then I'm selfish, I'm childish. You know, I'm going to be organic with this thing, and I'm going to question every little. Okay, well, hold on. What does it mean if we that? Just hold on. That type of thing.
Hey, Tony Omega.
Wait a minute, Tracy saying something, but she on mute.
Yeah, hit the unmute button. There you go.
Yeah, I just kind of want to kind of piggyback on what you guys had said earlier and what resonated to me. And I think Marcel said it about expectation. So you got to be clear with who you are. I think it starts with you first, what type of a person you are, because a lot of people are very broken. And Doc and I always talk about broken people. We know broken people. And so you need to work on you first, build capacities in you so that, like William said, you'll be able to keep it simple. So you don't have to be all that fly. You don't have to, you know, like William was talking about all these lashes. And I mean, you need to always look good and be the best you can be. But at the end of the day, can you sit down and chill with your king? The other day, my king was blowing out my hair, and Doc know I got thick, kinky, curly hair. That's why I got homegirl on right now. I got on Mildred right now. But at the end of the day, you need somebody who's gonna be there for you. He can be with you, but is your man for you? More important, are you for yourself? See, it's all about how you see yourself. You have to get down with you first, and then you'll be able to be all that you can be for others. Build capacity in you. What's up, Tony?
I am not combing Zeta beautiful back, man. I don't care how her back hair, I ain't combing it. I ain't doing it.
I tell you what, my man charged me $300 and something else for that hairdo, but that's okay. I paid that check.
Okay, but see, Trey, you said blow that hair out. I'm glad you cleaned that up, okay? Because I was like, okay.
What kind of hair? What kind of hair? You talking about the coarse hair?
I was expecting another word. I ain't gonna lie. I was expecting some chiropractic situation.
I know. You know, I'm a professional. I'm an educator. I have to keep it clean. But you guys know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I'm able to depend upon my man.
I know how y'all sisters get down, man. When it's wintertime, y'all don't be shaving and stuff. So
Tony, shut up. Oh my God.
I cannot.
Tony, I'm an educator, so I kept it above.
What's up, Chelsea Clapper? How you doing, boo? How you doing, Rose?
But you guys feel me? I'm just saying you have to be complete within yourself. And then you'll be able to fill somebody else's cup. Fill you up first. And then if you, and sometimes you don't fit. You might not be the right fit.
It's okay.
And that's okay. That's okay too.
I think too many times, even though we're coming into ourselves as, adults, full-fledged adults, we have this new peer pressure as far as social media is concerned.
Right.
You and your man need to be somewhere eating shrimp with a selfie every weekend. You and your man need to be going to traveling someplace every month. You and your man need to be in front of a fat house. You and your man need to be in onesies in front of a Christmas tree a couple days ago. If not, you slipping on something, So a lot of people, they are looking at the success or overall joy of their lives based off of somebody's highlight reel on their Facebook page.
Agreed.
And they have no idea of the hard work that's going on behind the scene. So,
Right.
Yeah,
or how fake that smile is.
Right.
There you go.
Y'all shooting real bullets tonight. Right now, shooting real bullets tonight. Oh my goodness. Y'all shooting real bullets.
Someone mute Doc. Doc, get muted.
What the hell y'all talking about, man? Doc, that ragged ass computer over there. Damn, how you hosting the show? You 45 minutes late.
Okay, but L'Oreal.
I'm coming on the show. Don't be inviting me to the show now, and your damn show ain't black folk damn late to a live show. What the hell is going on, Shawty?
Yes, Miss Zeta Beautiful.
Okay, I want to say, my name is Karen. I don't know if he started with that. It's Karen, but I want to say L'Oreal.
Yes.
And this is a flip to that because they said something about the lashes and all that. And you say you've been doing hair for 26 years. Why do you let, and I don't know if it's you, but this is just an example, people walk out your shop looking a hot ass mess? Because
some stylists.
Because the eyelashes are god awful. And I mean, and when you can see the black, whatever that is, and some of the hairdos, it's like, and I'm not being ugly when I say this, but some people are unattractive already. And to walk out the hairstylist when you have gotten your hair done, and L'Oreal, you know this, and I'm taking it to you. Why do you let people walk out your shop?
Some stylists.
With the style. Now, French roll is gone. The hard freeze is gone. Some of the wigs be god awful, but y'all still let people walk out the shop, and they be the number one people sitting in your seat that you be giving the sermon to. Why you don't stop them then and just say, baby, or whatever you got to say? You look awful. Just a question.
Well, the thing with that, I mean, that's an easy one. If you are a hairstylist and you don't like certain things and you take care of yourself a certain way, you're going to do the same for your clients. So 9 times out of 10, wherever they went and got that hairstyle or whatever, they like that too. I've never done that. It's certain things I don't like. I'm not going to do something to a client that I wouldn't wear myself. And you are a direct representation of me. So if you leave my shop, the most business that I've gotten over the years, I don't do hair full time now, but you get clients by word of mouth faster than anything. So for you to go out, and the first thing people gonna ask, and a lot of times they'll do it just trying to be funny because they know your head jacked up. Who did your hair, girl? Then they're gonna say you. So
L'Oreal, don't fall into Zeta.
No, let me ask you a question. Listen, I got something. I'm gonna ask something because I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Y'all talking about hair? What the hell we talking about? Look, my name is Tony Glenn. I'm Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated I'm from Atlanta. I don't know what happened. I came late, but
okay, we were talking about the lashes and how people look and how people carry themselves.
What the show's supposed to be talking about?
Yes. We're talking about Tony. So you're in Atlanta, Tony?
Nah, that Negro
No,
is
I'm
in
in,
doggone California talking to North, always
I'm
trying
in
to
Cali.
rep the ATL. Rep
Okay.
damn white ass
So,
California. You over there in the valley.
You
so
rep a
Get your
wig on the
here's a
tenure.
wig.
question.
How about that?
So here's a question for you,
The wig
Tony.
on back. What's up?
As as an Omega, what does
Yeah.
what does dating look like for you as an Omega? Because we've all had the college experience, right? Or we know people who are in different fraternities. So when it comes to love and dating, how does that differ from, let's just say, regular normal life to someone who is in a fraternity and had not necessarily been in college, but now that you are out in the as a mature adult, let's say?
Okay, great question. So I'm gonna be real with you now. You asking the
Be
question to
real.
somebody that's gonna be 100 with you now. All right. So from my perspective, you know, when you grow up, you're supposed to put away childish things. I'm been on Omega for a long time, so I'm a life member. So you still got bros out here that like to go on trips and stuff like that and do things. You know, I don't involve myself in that. You know, I can set out hops and I can and do all of that stuff, but I'm past getting into situations that could. I'm 42 years old, so the decisions that I make now, I can't recover from. You know, having kids at 42 years old by out here being in the streets, it is not, you know, that's not, it's reckless. You know, so, you know, from dating back then, you know, I was dating people I really didn't like. You know what I mean? I would date people that were physically attractive that I knew beyond a reasonable doubt I was not mentally attracted to. But nowadays, I feel like I don't date women that can't do for themselves that they would expect from me to do. So
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna say that again. I'm gonna say that again.
Absolutely.
I do not date. I do not date women that cannot do for themselves what they expect for me to do. So if they are not, I'm not expecting for them to be in the same tax bracket or anything else as me because that's unreachable. Jack, not joking. But I feel like um, you know, from this perspective, I'm not going to invest in anyone that I'm not going to get a positive return out of. So a person has to be a progressive thinker and have their own stuff nowadays, and that I am mentally and physically attracted to, and that's the standard, you know. And I think that a lot of people don't put that standard in place. Did I answer your question?
No, you nailed it. You nailed it. Those are some of the things that we were talking about before, some of you joined. But because you were obviously a frat, I thought that would be a really interesting question from your perspective with you having that experience. So thank you, Tony.
Indeed.
So at what age, guys, do y'all think it's a fair, right? A fair number or a fair time for women to think that men are in a place where they want to not settle, but get married or get are more willing to be in a deeper relationship?
I ain't never get
That
married.
depends on if they've ever been married at all in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got somebody who may be 46 years old, not married, no kids. And I'm like, even me being a guy, I'm like, man, your career must be balling out of control. Because other than that, what the hell you been doing? Not to say that the only thing in the world that you need to be doing is, raising kids and whatnot. But it's like, okay, I have guys who, like I said, 46, 47, and they're talking about trying to get something going, but they've been so stuck in how they've been living now. They're afraid they can't even get out of that. They don't have the tolerance for a child. They don't have the room to, work with anybody else. So I would say if there has to be any kind of an age and the person has never married, I'm thinking by early 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcel, your face is talking, but you're muted.
No comment.
Well, William, what if the man has been married?
William, go ahead, chime in. Get off mute.
I jump
William.
on that grenade. I jump on that
Go ahead,
grenade.
Tony.
Go ahead, Tony.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Because I
Tony.
heard
All
you
right.
say I'm never getting married.
No, I don't feel I'm not gonna ever get married again. I can have a relationship with somebody. I feel like after being married once, that's a contract. So I kind of feel like I can, I can have my relationship and still be, love someone and not being married. Like what's the purpose of getting married if you have a life partner? It doesn't, to me, I think that it's marriage, especially in today's age, is overrated. You can have a long-term relationship with someone and still, marriage is for external people. It's not necessarily for internal people to me, Like, and the reason why I say that is because you cannot be married, be in a long-term relationship, be in a committed relationship, and a woman can ruin it trying to force a guy to marry that person when a man is still carrying the ideals and actions of a committed relationship. What's the purpose? I don't feel that I need to be married to show my commitment and love for someone.
Do you think that that's an
lastly,
ideal?
lastly, I also would say, as far as age goes, it all goes back to, look, 42, you over halfway there. And like William was saying, if people are still trying to figure it out at 40s or trying to recreate themselves and all of that stuff, it's too late. 40 is too late for you to be starting over, man. You should be, I'm not saying that you can't start over, but I just kind of feel like you're setting your ways, just like Trump. Trump ain't changing the way he is. People are upset at Trump because of the way that he is. You trying to change a man that's been a billionaire for years. If he's racist, what makes you think that he's going to change? Same with people. Show me your past, and I can predict who you are and what you're going to do and how you're going to be in the relationship. Zeta Beautiful don't wear deodorant. I know she's going to smell like a cheeseburger. I just know because she's been smelling like cheeseburger onions her whole life. So what makes you think what makes you think when she's setting it out that her twerk area ain't gonna stink? Come on, man.
Okay. So here's he said twerk hair.
See what I'm saying?
Twerk hair.
Right now.
I'm done. So is there
we need to lighten it up a little bit, y'all. Y'all too serious.
I want to touch something real quick, so a lot of it is based on certain men's values on getting married and sometimes experience, if you've been married before. Now, when it comes down to it's so weird because when I say this, there's this organization of men now. This is really big. It's called Get On Your Own Way type organization for men not getting married because they say, what is the real purpose of getting married and this is the narrative that's being pushed out because when we tend to get married, everything's good during that Goldilocks years, like 1 to 2 years average. And then from that point on, there's a disconnect in the marriage. You go from
finances,
you getting it, and then not everybody. It's not everybody, but majority of the narrative is like, okay, everything goes well, but then now it's like I'm in prison. Like, okay, now I can't have sex, or damn, why you upset? Oh, okay. But before I get anytime I wake up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and you don't have to worry about going to work. But now I gotta go to work in the morning. The narrative. I mean, there's a disconnect that happens, and so it kind of put it out there to. I'm not saying put it out there, but a lot of men just feels that way. Like, okay, what's the purpose of getting married if all it is feel like it's a contractual agreement that I can't get out of unless I have to lose money?
And okay, I just want to add to this.
Collateral.
Not only that, but I wanted to add to this. Okay.
I know.
This is a tough subject. Man, I might be hated for saying this.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, gotta keep it real. Hey, I'm pushing the envelope a little bit. We gotta keep it real tonight. Go ahead.
Okay. Since we're gonna do it, a lot of times, brothers especially brothers who have been there as far as marriage is concerned and saw how dead and stale things got, and they realize, you know what? As long as I stay in this dating phase, This woman stays on her P's and Q's. I want this thing to stay on its P's and Q's. So we're going to stay here. You see what I'm saying? It's agreeable. Throwing out all these demands. Of, okay, well, I'll work with you. I'm amenable in this. Well, okay, well, this is all I want. Like forever.
Yeah, it's a safe place.
Yeah.
Check this out, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all ready. All these ladies, listen. I'm gonna tell you the principles of getting your ring. You ready? Here you go. 1, quality of life. Quality of life. Men in their 40s want quality of life. I'm not trying to come home, argue with you, all of that shit. Okay. Number 2, building, not negotiating, like letting a person should not conflict for power. In my idea in a household, I feel like, the most important piece on the chessboard is the queen. Okay. But the game is over if the king is done. So I feel like in regard to ladies and men, we have to play our positions. Here's an example. If I'm bringing in the bacon, okay, and I come home and I got a honey-do list. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I want you to do that. And I'm making, let's just say I'm making $600,000 or something. You expect me to come home and cook and clean too? Cook and clean too?
If you're making that, we have a housekeeper.
All right, Simone.
All right. See, right now, Simone, you ain't listening. See, you gotta live. You got. Hold on. Let me finish. Wait a minute.
This is completely flipped. No, you shut up. You've been taking up all the time. No, y'all are sitting here with this incorrect attitude.
You cannot learn anything talking.
You keep acting like women have to sit and tiptoe around y'all. Again, we're not sitting here talking about a relationship.
Listen.
We went from talking about a relationship to talking about status in a relationship. It's like, are we talking about having a loving, affectionate, comparable relationship, or are we talking about, women got to be this and women got to be that? Because I've yet to hear, no, you're not listening. No, and see, here we go again with playing a position. That's because it's still to the lack of respect that men have for women. It's the lack of respect. Are you saying that I can only do so if the woman was making the woman, the money? Are you saying that, now she has to be over a man? You're not even talking about a relationship. You're not even listening.
You're not listening.
Oh my goodness.
Let me finish. You'll get what I'm saying.
No, nigga, you're taking forever. Hurry the hell up. We don't have time for you to take up the whole damn time. No. Because I have yet to hear you week after week. You keep telling me about how a woman has to do everything under a man. I'm yet to hear about an equal relationship.
Under a man.
Y'all talking this mess. This don't even sound like a mess. And a woman got to tiptoe. I'm still hearing tiptoe. Tell me something new.
Okay, well, I'm saying I'm not saying anything about tiptoeing. All I'm saying is, in a lot of situations where it's a marriage and whatnot, it becomes basically a man just doing what he can to keep the woman from getting into an attitude when it didn't start out that
all
way.
Of that shit that Zeta just said, I couldn't even finish what I was about to say.
Because you take too damn long.
You ain't listening though. That's the problem.
I mean, we're not down here to listen to you. We're here to have a panel discussion.
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm like,
I can smell your damn. I can smell your breath.
I'm still agreeing with you. I'm still in agreement. You should not be. A woman shouldn't be to the point to where she has an attitude. A man shouldn't. So it's like I'm saying the same thing. If whoever comes home to our home, we should already have a situation already laid out and what we will do. It shouldn't be the woman has to run the house and the man has to do the money or the whatever. It has to be equal, and we come into that together.
Okay.
I like making you mad, man. You get so mad. I'm telling you, it's funny. I know when I say something, you're gonna get mad as hell. That's the only reason why I say it. But you're not gonna be yelling at me, okay?
It's all about that passion. But I mean, in addition to that, with my being a professor, I have a lot of the young brothers like Dr. Hobbs. What's up with that? Well, would you do that again and why? And I realized while I'm talking to them, I don't know what it is, but these kids don't date like we dated in high school and everything. I mean, these kids had their first girlfriend and boyfriend in college. So like all of the different things that we learned is out the window. You know, some kid girl break up with some boy, talking about, I'll never live again. Chick, you ain't Mary J. Blige. You 19. Shut up.
They have no social skills, but they have no social skills.
Exactly. So
They
what
have
happens
social
is
media. That's the
that
problem.
that too.
They have
That
social
too.
media. Everything
So-
is done through like this in their phone all day.
Right. Now, again, we have discussions just like this in class, and one of the guys was saying, well, Dr. Hobbs, everything, and he got this from his mother. If a man is going to be with me or whatever, his money is our money, and my money is my money. Dr. Hobbs, why would I bother with something like that?
So the way that goes,
not even fair.
No, this is the whole statement.
Okay,
What's
can you
his,
hear me? Can you hear me now?
the whole
Can you hear me
statement
now?
goes, what's his is mine, what's mine is mine, and what's ours is mine. And I've heard that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's
old. That's old.
Right. Now, this is the thing. It may be old, but it has a new spin with all, I'm the boss chick, I got the WAP and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't got to cook. I ain't got to clean. And it's like, okay, I get the female empowerment thing, but it's not turning over properly when it comes to trying to get guys involved in relationships. Like, yeah, that sounds cute and everything, but damn it, this house ain't gonna get done by itself. The kids ain't gonna be raised by themselves.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say, William, bro. I completely agree with you, William. Let me ask you ladies a question. Would you still respect the person, the man, if he could clean and took care of the kids and you were the breadwinner?
Absolutely. I think that what you're talking about is the dynamic and the communication in your relationship, because you may be the one who, for however you set up your life, where you're the breadwinner. That doesn't make him anymore, because everything that everybody puts into a relationship is important. What you're talking about is how a man or how a woman sees that partner. Do they see their contribution equally?
Okay.
So Simone, let me ask you this. So if I moved in, let me ask you this. So if I move, so could I move in with you? I mean, your house is on the title. Listen, I'm saying, I'm dead serious. Can I move in with you? Your name is on the title, and I take care of the home, and you work. You're not going to respect the man the same. I'm telling you, I see it over and over and over again, where dudes move in with females, and then the woman be.
Are you gonna ask her? You gonna tell?
I'm just saying.
You gonna ask her? You gonna tell her? You gonna ask her? You gonna tell her?
So, I think that there are levels to. I think that there are levels to what it is that you're saying, Tony, because I've done that in varying degrees in varying relationships. So I think it depends on the communication that you're having. You can't move in my house at hello, but if we're in a relationship, and there has been something that's happened, and maybe you used to be the breadwinner, maybe something happened with your job, maybe you're wanting to be an entrepreneur and you're pursuing other things. Those things are different than you're just at the house soaking up all the cable and everything, and you're not doing anything, because at the end of the day, if you're not doing anything, how you see you is more detrimental than how I see you.
I ain't saying shit else. I'm just gonna listen.
And also, Tony, and I can say this from firsthand experience. Like, if I have 3,600 square feet, which, if I got a nice house, and I was married someone, and I offered, and it was a discussion to put your name on the mortgage or on the deed because we were getting married. That has never been an issue. And I don't think women have issues with that. And there was nothing about respect that even came into it. And a man and his ego is not my fight, because the discussion was held and agreed. And I don't think there was an issue. So I think you have to make sure you're having a mature conversation, and you're having a conversation with someone that you're equal to. Because if we the common sense thing is, I'm not finna just move out of 3,600 square foot for your ego. Now we can put you on the deed,
but not foot.
We can get stuff,
not 30
feet.
Say feet with me, Jack. Feet.
Okay, well,
country ass.
Okay, well, why y'all are saying that? Let me say this. There's a lot of people, they're sisters, educated, whatever the case is, and they have imbibed the talking points. Well, it doesn't matter what you make or whatever the case is. That's what they thought. But when the going got tough and somebody got pissed off and different things come out the mouth, what you thought was cool. All of a sudden, you see something different. And remember, this could be from a line of somebody who was raised to think anyway that even if you do make some money, boy, it's mine anyway. And what I make is mine anyway. And you ain't got nothing. You know everything is mine. So you better shut up. You better be the greatest. You better be the greatest parent in the world, because you know, a lot of people, they're good with the concept or the idea, but the application of that thing is a totally different thing.
So, where you from, William?
Oh, Miami.
Okay.
So, are you saying that men get into arguments with women and then say you got to get out?
No, I think he's saying women
that's what I'm trying to. But that's what I'm saying. Is are you saying I'm lost as to? Are you saying only women do that when they get in an argument?
Oh no. What I'm saying is
because women move in with men all the time. And are you saying?
Right.
So
go ahead.
As to what are we having a conversation about?
I seen more dudes get put out than women get put out. Y'all know that's them. And it's my house. You can get out. You ain't got no.
Are you saying that okay? But wait a minute. Are you saying that Are you saying that a cheating man? Because I've yet to see a man who's doing good and doing all his stuff. But are you saying that a cheating man? Because now, be real. Are you saying that a cheating man can get put out of his own shit, but a cheating man can get put out? And I think that's a conversation that I have seen. Because that's the only way I've seen a man get threatened to get put out. And you get put out your own stuff if you're cheating. And that has absolutely nothing to do with, now you're going to put the baby in there.
No.
But now tell me, man, and there's 3 of y'all on here. The only reason I have seen women threaten to put a man out is over a baby mama showing the hell up when she ain't supposed to.
That ain't true. I don't see this. Check this out. Listen, I'm dead serious. Listen.
You had your chance. And when it comes to money. So am I wrong? I have yet to see a man get put out just on an argument.
And they
Okay, well, let me say this. I'm speaking on situations where it was strictly the woman had a midlife crisis and was rolling with a bunch of high profile women, and they men were making XYZ, and they girl, you deserve better. You such and such, you can XYZ. Now she coming home with a brand new attitude, and the smallest little thing or whatever. I don't know if you. Yeah, it was midlife crisis. It was definitely.
That's a Tyler Perry movie.
I done seen dudes get put out. I done seen dudes get put. I done seen dudes. I had a friend. I had a homeboy. I had one of my employees over my house, Angelo Midioni, a white guy. They got put out. They got put out of his house. They got put out.
Doc, can you mute yourself, please?
Can y'all hear me?
We hear parts of you.
We need you to turn your volume down. And we need you to get rid of the cricket phone.
Can you mute yourself, please? Doc, I'm sorry. We love you, but we need you to mute yourself. Thank you.
I done seen men get put out of their house. I had a friend over my house this weekend with his son because and he works in my company, and he's 51 years old, and his old lady put his ass out. She sure did. Kicked him out. Get out. I don't have anywhere to go, Tony. Can I come over your house, bro? Yeah, come on over so we can chill out. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let somebody do me like that. I'm sorry.
But why was he put out though?
I mean, of course, everybody's not gonna get the full story, but I'm just saying I hear a lot of, girl, you don't have to settle and it be with a dude that's already there. He's not as impressive, his job or whatever the case is. And yeah, girl, you can do better. I'm telling you, a lot of women are taking these memes and they are ODing.
So this is where
Filters.
I always say people, this is why you should not shack up. You know, they put this in the Bible, not shacking up and whatever the case is until you become husband and wife. You know, then it's a real reason why you will put some, I'm not saying that's a real reason, but you have your reasons why you would put someone out. Now, to touch on you, Zeta, because your story, you said that when you was married, you guys agreed to put the name on the deed. Did that ever happen?
Yeah.
And then when you guys broke up, did he fight to try to get part of your assets? Okay, all right. So that's a
I would try to take half that shit. If I'm getting half, Jack. I don't care if I pay 1 penny on your shit. I'm trying to get half.
Oh my goodness.
Half.
We ended up buying a bigger house, and
I was about to say that because normally when I tell people when you combine it together as one, you gotta leave the past alone. And because if you come to my house, I feel it's still my house, you know. And if I come to your house, I feel like no matter what, if I put my name on the deed, it's still your house, you know. But we coming together and get our own property together, then we grow and multiply.
But that's why I said but you can't put your ego issues on a woman. And I think some men, and it's not good, bad, or indifferent, but men have their own ego. But you can't blame the female for saying, hey, I'm willing to share. I want to share. I want to bring you into this. I don't have any issues. I think men give us their issues and want us to resolve it. Or now we got to jump in and, okay, now I got to leave the house because you having an ego issue, and now it becomes tension. It's like, I think that is something that should not be put on women. And then, because I don't care what you say, raise your hand if you could just go get 3,600 square foot and Anthony's real estate. Like, we're not just gonna let, okay, and you just not gonna let that go. I don't care how you see it, but you have to have common sense in a relationship also. And everything is not about money. I would much rather, I'm 50 years old now, I would much rather have a strong, loving relationship than to be arguing over money back and forth, because guess what? We gonna spend it together anyway. We always doing everything together anyway. And we always, like right now, the relationships that money is the least thing that comes up because everybody got some. And
money is the number one cause of divorce.
Yes, it is.
Money and children.
Absolutely.
Don't forget them children.
Money is number one.
I was told it is money.
All of that money,
sex, and children.
One cause of divorce.
Bad sex. You meant to say bad sex
every time.
Yeah. Money, bad sex, and children.
I
am
not with the mother of my children right now because of my quality of life. When I was building my empire, she was not supporting me. I did not have she did not support me. And she's a Navy doctor, and I did not get one referral from her. I could not build an empire off of that. It was secrets. And then also, when you guys say ego problem, I don't think that men should also be responsible for broken relationships with your father or ex-boyfriend either. We got to deal with that shit.
So we got to deal with y'all broken as well.
Okay, you got to type that one in, Doc.
She said we got to deal with y'all being broken.
Well, and I felt in her robotic tone too.
Yeah. I ain't talked all night, but you're gonna hear this. I heard it.
But you know what?
I think but that's a great point, Tony. I think it sounds great when you say
look Karen on mute. She trying to talk. Look at Karen.
Unmute yourself,
I don't
Karen.
think she's talking to us.
Oh, she
unmute yourself.
She's not talking to us. But I think
my ass was muted.
Those facial expressions are heavy, Karen. But
so
go ahead,
I think that it sounds great, right? When we say, "Oh, I want to," you need to come to a relationship whole, and you need to, you can't be two if you can't be one. And the reality is, a lot of times, one is a whole, and the other person may be fractured to different degrees, or they both may be. So I think the question really is, how do you, as mature people that are ready and willing to be in these relationships, how do you heal within the confines of that relationship? Tony, if you're talking to us, you're muted.
You know, the crazy thing, honestly, when I look at it, a lot of us are settling. A lot of us are settling in relationships. The reason being because we don't like the dating life. Like, I'd rather deal with the devil I know than the angel I don't. You know, and so then it becomes a disconnect, because now you with someone, even though you may not like the situation. This goes on both parties. You may not like the situation. You have good days, and you have bad days, and you like okay days, and you have great days. But we get to a point we settle because we see what's out here. You know, like, okay, I want to be out here jumping around. I don't want to be out here dealing with this nonsense.
I ain't fucking settling for shit. Tony Glenn is not settling. Saying, fuck that.
But I'm saying overall, Tony, what I'm saying, like in a general sense, a lot of people are settling. That's the reason why they are where they're at, because even when a man proposes to a woman and she makes that decision to say yes, at that moment, she already know if she wants to move forward or not by looking at, okay, how this person treats her. Have this person been mean to her? Or is there something lacking, or whatever the case is? The biggest,
Marcel, we know before you ask. We've already made that determination where we're going. We come in making a determination of where we're ending up.
So this segues to another. Well, hold on. Okay, check this out. So I'm gonna spin off a little bit. I put a post up on my Facebook page, and the term was, and this is controversial. I said that the meme said that women control the access to sex, while men control the access to relationships and marriages.
Which is why I asked you earlier whether or not sex was a collateral.
Well, it's an interesting piece, but it's not too much of a collateral. But the reason why
I said this in a post, I said this in a what you call it last time. If you make intimacy the prize, what happens after you get it? Mm-hmm. What's left? Mm-hmm. I asked that question over and over again. If I got to negotiate for some stanky leg, nah, man, I'm good.
Not only that, but
I just want to say this before I leave, because I got something else I got to do. But you need to, whatever makes you happy, you need to do you and bump whoever or whatever. Yeah. Bump whoever rules, whoever have your own expectations, how people think of you, what they say about you, what you look, who you are, what you do, Tony, what you don't do, Tony. But what do you? Find the thing that makes you happy. Life is too short not
Tracy,
doing the thing that you love the most. So at the end of the day, straight up, make yourself happy. Be you. What's up, Tony?
You sound like a gospel singer, bro. You sound like you can bring that heat.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Singing ain't got nothing to do with it. Let her say,
Tracy, you know what?
Conversation. Tony, shut up.
You know that Jesus.
Cause he like it. He know I'm speaking the true gospel. Cause he know I'm talking the truth. Cause I'm talking straight to whoever needs to go to. Mm-hmm. Find what makes you happy. Don't worry about means and norms and stuff. What make you and your man happy?
Yep.
That's the bottom line. Be true to yourself. Be authentic with yourself. Build your own broken behind, busted up self up. Build you.
I would rather for people to hate
others. I still got a lot of more building to do. I build myself a lot.
Yes, ma'am. I respect you, girl. I respect
you. I'm talking. Build you. Do you. Do your thing. Do your thing so you'll be able to help others. Because that's what it's all about. You want to be happy when you lay down at night. You done your work, you done your best of that day, and you served others with your greatness. And that's what makes life, that's the meaning of life for me. With you and your partner and your husband, your significant other, whatever. So It all starts with us. A better world starts with me.
I agree.
A better world starts with you. So if you want this world to be better, look in the mirror.
I would
and
also
straighten it out.
say,
I agree. I
as
agree with
far as Tony was saying, as far as people bartering intimacy, I don't see too much of that with like older couples. That seems to be a young woman's game. You ain't gonna get any. You
Nah,
can
you
just
right as
you
hell.
say that
That's
to an
how
older man, oh, you ain't gonna get
Older
nothing. Hey,
lady.
I'm gonna get a sandwich. I'm gonna go to sleep. Whatever. So I'm just gonna put that out there. You can play that game if you want to.
That don't work. Bartering don't work. You need to love your man. You need to be there for your man, and sex is a big part of your relationship. You need to love having sex with your mate. You need to be a freak.
Okay.
Absorb all the
You
time.
nasty, you nasty
Straight up.
Tony.
How you think I got my man to
Oh,
blow
now
my
it's
hair
coming
out?
out. Okay.
Come
All
on now.
right.
That ain't the only thing he blowing out. Your back too. Back blown out. Get it, girl.
That's okay.
Don't
He
Facebook
can
police. What a Facebook police? I don't understand. How did this happen? How is this happening right
Back
now?
blown. You
Hey,
can blow my hair out and my
We
back.
got bad Wi-Fi right now. Okay.
You don't ever follow. We don't know why. Don't ever follow them did something.
Hey, the doc sound like talking to the cuss that had two strings to it.
Hey, y'all, look, Dr. Melissa.
But the bottom line, do what makes
Doc
you
been
happy.
frozen.
Find your own happiness in this world. Find your
Amen.
own happiness in this world with your
Amen,
significant
Tracy. I
other.
appreciate
I agree
that.
with you. I agree with you on that. I would rather be fake. I would rather be real than and I would rather be real and people hate my guts than be fake and loved by people. I'm gonna say,
Right.
if you know Tony Glenn, if you ain't never seen me on this post, I'll tell you what the freak, what the foxtrot I think. I don't give a damn what people say. This is how Tony think, and I ain't changing it.
Yes,
Well,
you
Zeta-
do. You do care what people think, Tony. You be lying
Why you talking so loud, man? Damn, I'm
because
right
I
here.
can. Because Tony, you be lying with that mess.
Why you talk so loud? I
Okay.
hope you got carpet in your house. I know the acoustic be, man. Your man be like, man, I'm about to put on some earphones.
I
Talking so
cannot.
damn loud.
So when we talk about, I cannot. So when
Simone,
we talk
what's
about,
What's happening? What's the next
listen,
question?
it's all happening. So what are key drivers in relationships? Like what are you doing to keep it from being stale? Are you doing date night? Like how do you know when you're approaching that point, and how do you turn it around?
Well, I've learned to step to it as with the goal. My goal is to make you happier and to make you better. And in all ways, you say you're going to do something. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. Remember what you said. Okay, let's get to it. And then of course, yeah, the silly things we did before, we have to find a way to do that, because I think relationships die small, like small little incremental things. It don't seem like a big deal, but all of a sudden, you don't even go out with that couple that y'all go out and do things together. That couple where if you think you tripping and you're not sure, you pull the man to the side. Hey man, I said this is such and such and such. And your woman talked to the girl in the kitchen. Was I wrong? All of a sudden you all, especially in this pandemic situation, y'all up in each other's face. Y'all ain't got nobody to bounce things off of, and you just in a crazy mode. You got to do those same silly, goofy little things. I don't care if it's a walk, dancing goofy down the aisle in the store, or whatever the case is. You have to go back to that repeatedly. And again, as I said, some kind of goal to, okay, I'm here to make you happier and better. I'm not in charge of making you happy entirely. I'm trying to sweeten the pot that you already have, but I am going to hold you to be a better person as well. I start with that, but any little thing, yeah, you just got to be mindful of that thing, because I swear it dies in small little decisions.
I think
1,000 small deaths.
Well, yeah, I think what happens is that normally the Goldilocks phase that, you know, you with that person, you want to be around them all the time. You're still learning more and more and more about this person. And then along the line is like when I guess you reach maximum capacity of what you think, you know, you got comfortable. You know, now it's like we still gonna do date nights, but not as much as we used to. Or situations change, you know, working hours probably change, or there's more volume of something going on, but things change. And I hate when I'm about to go here. But
come on, bro.
Come on.
Us men, we're like routinely set on doing certain things, and when we change up our routines, like, you know, try to be successful or try to go for the gusto or doing something, change the business plan or whatever the case is, it'll change the regular atmosphere. What happens, but we still care about whoever we with, and we still try to make things work. Now the thing is, sometimes when progression in a relationship, I look at it this way: when you plant a seed with a guy, he grows so slow. Plant a seed with a woman, the next day is gonna be a damn tree. And so, in other words, it's like I notice, not saying all women, but the ones I've come across, it gets to the I want more than what we have. Everything's good, but I want more.
I want more.
I want this and that. I want the glitz. I want that fairy tale life that's going on. But right now, I'm still growing slowly into that tree that where you at, but right now you are far advanced. Let me get to that point. You know, I still need some more watering. I still need some more nurturing. I still need some more sunlight. You know,
is it fair? Is it unfair of us?
What I think is it's almost as if you're competing with another couple.
Well, I'm not even gonna say competing with another couple. Is just that microwave mentality. You know, like I want to feel everything real quickly because that dopamine effect is just like is right there. And it's not only just for women, men feel the same way too at times, you know, like, okay, because I've been in, I remember when I was married and me and my ex-wife, we was having a conversation. It was like, she's like, I'm still the same. I never changed. I've been the same. I said, that's the problem. We didn't grow together. You stayed where you were at in the beginning. And I want us to be right here, and we're not here. We're not on the same page.
You're growing at different pace.
Exactly. And at that time,
that was me. I was the opposite. I grew, and you stayed the exact same.
Exactly. So
it's never gonna work, because then you get to where I can nitpick every little thing that you did wrong or that I think was wrong, because I'm at a different level. Not so much that I'm higher, it's just I changed. But people look at that and they say, but you changed and that's not right. You're supposed to change.
Yes.
It's called growth.
Exactly.
Or you don't have the same aspirations, and you don't look at life the same, and you don't have the same goals as you did when you were 18. So me and my ex have been together from 18 to 3 years ago. So it's like, I don't think the same way. I'm supposed to think different. I'm supposed to grow. I'm supposed to change, but you're still doing the same things. We're still having the same teenage arguments that we had at 18, 19, 20, 21, because you're still doing the exact same things. But a lot of times you think that, we're married, and because you're growing and you're changing, that the other person automatically does it too. But it doesn't work like that. So once you see, it's like it shines really bright. Like I said, you can see everything that was wrong with the situation, and it makes it harder to pick out the good, because you want to keep thriving and to keep moving forward. You wanted to do it with them, but you weren't able to. So in my situation, I just, I got tired. I got tired of trying. I mean, to be honest.
So how do you bring that person with you? In
my situation, I was worn completely out.
But I'm saying before you get to,
I don't know, because I wasn't able to.
So
because I had another issue. He had a wife already, that he had the entire time that we were together, and that was his mother.
Oh,
so
okay. I'm like, mess me up right there.
Yeah, that was always his wife. So the place, you know, a lot of things where I was supposed
with
to
you,
be,
Marcel.
it was her. Yeah, it was her. So he was wanting to stay there with her, and it was almost like, you know, oh, well, she's doing something wrong because she's trying to make me grow with her, but I can't leave my mom.
And you know, and to touch what Simone was saying, how do you kind of repair that? It's all about communication. You know, if you build that communication with your partner and constant communication, and what we usually lack in a lot of, you know, in relationships is that communication piece. You know, actually getting to that point where it become very intimate. Hey, let's have our moments. Let's have adult time. You know, like beyond date night and whatever the case is. Let's talk about things. Let's talk about our goals and aspirations, what we want to do as a family. Whoever just logged in on the doc, can you mute yourself?
I think she tried to call in on her phone, maybe.
Oh, look, she looking clear now. Okay, she look like a damn.
No, wait a minute.
She looking like a ruse. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, William, I think you can. Hey, William, you can go ahead and do a pose now. Go ahead.
We got an impersonator. I think we got an impersonator. That ain't really Doc. That's somebody else on the line, man. Hold up, we can't talk.
Hey, hold on, y'all see me, right?
The FBI listening, man. I'm about to hang up on y'all, man.
But no, when it comes to it's all about growth, Simone. And that's the thing. Okay, you sound worse. But anyway, it's all about growth, Simone. It's like, and I think that's what a lot of us don't tend to do in relationship, or we kind of phase away from that because we like, okay, I know who I'm with, and okay, you should already know how I feel. You should already know how I think, you know, and
I think that's 100%.
And that's where we get that disconnect because you should know me. Why we got to do all this? We growing together, you know, and it becomes like a point where I don't want to talk about this. And that's when you start seeing a little bit of destruction slowly, like it's deteriorating the relationship.
Well, see,
I'm gonna switch it up. I think it's more than just communication. I think it's compromise also. I think some things that a lot of times that people argue about is unnecessary. Like if you're arguing with someone, you're trying to force them to agree to what you think versus compromising. A lot of things that people argue about or have disagreements about. Like I used to get upset. I'll give you an example. I used to get upset because I was dating a young lady back in the day, and when she got out of my bed, she would not make it. And it used to frustrate me. And then when I reflect back on it, it wasn't that serious. You know, it's not that big of a deal. As you get older, you should sometimes the things that you hate about people, you'll end up inevitably missing because of those things weren't that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's more than just communication. I also think that it's that you know, in communication is also compromising, and you can't learn anything talking. You have to listen to the person that you're in a relationship with. And that's the essential part of growth is actually listening, active listening, you know, trying to understand what the person, you don't necessarily have to agree, but trying to understand the other person's perspective in growth. For me, the most important thing is I have to have somebody who's going to support, who's going to take me as I am. I'm not fucking changing. Okay? Listen, I am not fucking changing. I'm not going to fucking change. I'm an entrepreneur, not changing.
And so, Simone, I just also want to add that sometimes some things cannot be fixed. Sometimes you have grown and build capacities within yourself, and to the point your peace is non-negotiable.
Exactly.
And sometimes you got to go to the next chapter and end that chapter. So you got to know the signs of that as well. So you can do all the negotiation and the peace offerings and the love offerings and the listenings and giving grace and extending grace again and the long suffering. But it comes a time when the long suffering runs out.
Absolutely.
And your peace is non-negotiable.
Right. And Tony, to speak on what you said, you are exactly right to feel the way that you feel. But the problem that I've run into, that I've had to get people to understand, is that just the same way that you have the choice not to change, because you see absolutely nothing wrong with the way that you are. That's the way that you are. That's who you are. You have that right, and that's okay. But
And that person
it's
has a right to
you
me
when you
or not.
exactly. But it's like everybody, the other person has the right not to accept that also. You have to know
Absolutely.
that they have the same choice that you made, just like you made a choice. They have the same choice as well. So that's where you just said you have to compromise. It's not so that you're changing who you are and you keep saying I'm not going to change. But if you really care about the person,
When he
it's
meets
not
the
that you're
person.
changing, but that's where that compromise has to come in, because they can choose not to deal with. I can choose not to do, just like you choose not to change. I can choose not to deal with that, with
Can
the
I give you an
way
example?
that, with that. I'm sorry.
Can I give you an
But you know
example?
what? I think that to your point, L'Oreal, give me a quick second, Tony, is that again, we're talking about going into situations with a mindset. And I think that I think with men,
Mhm.
they come in to your point, Tony. Hey, I am who I am and I'm not changing.
Right.
He will change. And he won't change, but he'll change when he meets a woman who speaks to those things that make him want to be
That's not
a
true,
better
man.
man or
Listen,
to
listen,
be
look
with
at William
her.
Face. Look at William
Well, here's the
Face.
thing.
Listen, let me say this
Why
part.
does he need to change? Like, why we come to a
That's what I'm about to say.
relationship looking for him to change? I'm confused.
But
That's what
I'm
I'm about
not
to say.
saying no, but I'm not saying change as far as you need to change. I'm saying change, you're changing your mindset because now you're saying, I'm not going to be in this type of relationship or that type of relationship. You may meet someone who makes you want to be in that type of relationship. I'm not
Look
saying
at William.
change the
Listen,
essence of who you
listen.
are,
Look at William Face.
but we
Look at
both.
William. Look at the men. Let me explain it. Let me explain it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
When I
not agreeing with that either. I'm not agreeing with that either. I agree with that.
Doc,
we can't hear you, Doc.
Doc,
Doc,
it's not working.
we can't
R2D2,
hear you.
R2D2.
I'm sorry,
Listen,
Doc.
what I'm talking
It's
about
like that night.
changing. Listen, check this out. When I'm talking about change in regard to change, I'm saying like there's some things like my core Anthony Glenn. Like here's an example. I don't like people clocking my time. Where you
Okay.
at? What you doing? Where you going?
I don't think you should
what time
change
you
that.
getting home? That's something that clocking. One thing that I do not like is somebody clocking my time. What time you gonna get home? You told me it's gonna be home at 5:45. Yeah, at home at 5:46. I'm not changing that. I get home when I get home. You trust me or you don't.
I'm not speaking to that though.
This is an example though. I'm giving you an example. Another example would
Yeah, I
be
got you.
going through my personal shit. If you go through my phone or you try to go through and try to find something in my shit, your ass is getting dumped. If you violate
But
trust,
those aren't things that we're talking about when we speak
I'm
to
talking about
to
when it comes to
change.
changes as far as relationship stuff, as far as like, hey, I need you to be more attentive to my feelings. That's different. But I'm talking about the core Anthony
Right.
Glenn. It's just certain things that I'm not going to compromise on.
No, and you shouldn't negotiate on your core.
I'm not
No,
taking
I
care.
agree with you.
I'm
You
not
shouldn't
taking care.
negotiate on your core.
Right. I'm not taking care of no woman. I'm not taking care of a woman can take care of her damn self. And I'm talking about from a financial perspective. I'm not carrying no woman. I ain't building no female. That's uncompromising. You got to come in this relationship with your own bread.
Right.
Okay. And
So
another
those are
thing,
not-
you have to be on your pivot in regards to how you treat other people. I'm not going to tolerate a poor attitude. Those are uncompromising things that Tony Glenn's not going to put up with, period.
Yeah. So when I say change, I don't think you should change your core, and I don't mean those things. I'm speaking more to the
L'Oreal, say something.
I'm speaking more to those.
You shocked me with the attitude thing, because it just amazes me that you feel that way about what you're not going to deal with from a woman, but you don't have the best attitude yourself.
How
so
do you don't know me.
I mean,
how do you know?
That's from what
How do
I
you know?
known of you the past hour.
How do you know?
I mean, just listen at the way that you're talking.
L'Oreal,
it's
L'Oreal,
given.
he looks younger than you, so you better watch out. Don't put it on him now.
How do you know?
Don't put
How
it
do you
on
know?
L'Oreal.
How do
He's a
you know
young
how I
man.
am?
Yeah.
How do you know how?
He's
How do
not.
I know? So
He's not.
in other words, you judging me. You don't even know me. See?
No, I'm not judging you, but
Look.
I've listened to you talk for the majority of the last hour that I've been on the phone. So, I mean, I'm just judging by the way that you speak and the things that you say and the words that you choose to use. I mean, it just seems like you don't have the very best attitude all the time with yourself. So you have to, it has to make sense though. It needs to make sense. So for you to have a certain standard that you're setting, it seems like, you know, you would be more of a compromising person. You used that word first. That was your comment. When you commented on what Simone said, you were the first person that said compromise. But the very next thing that came out of your mouth was you not willing to compromise at all
on certain things.
Did you not realize that?
And this is, and I just said, can I say this? And I ain't gonna say nothing else. Let me say this. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I said, Doc. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I completely said. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. You have no clue who I am, and you're already judging me. This is exactly the reason why, based off of my conversation of me telling you what I won't compromise on. You don't know me from. Wait. You don't.
That because I
Yeah,
do,
you don't know me.
but
You don't
I
know
know
me.
better.
You don't know me from.
I know better.
You don't know me. You don't know me from Adam. You don't know what I do for the community. You don't know I am in a relationship, and you already judging
and
me
it doesn't
because
matter.
of
It doesn't matter.
being
I'm
real.
just going by what you've shown me today.
What did I show you today?
You have a very interesting way of looking at things, and you're not very compromising, and your attitude doesn't seem to be the best about most things, especially relationships with women. And that's just what I picked up on. I didn't comment about your whole life because I don't know you that well, but just from what I've heard today, nah, it doesn't add up. Some of the things that you say and then what you come back with, it doesn't add up. That's all I'm saying.
That's great.
I didn't say you didn't have a good attitude. I said it doesn't seem that you did. But I mean, why would you come across being someone that you're not on this group conversation? I mean, if this is not who you are,
no.
Is this Tony's representative on the phone? Why don't you show us who you really are then?
This is who I am. This is exactly who.
I'm not supposed to judge you by.
This is exactly who I am, black and white.
Why don't you show? Well, why don't you tell us? Why don't you show us the real Tony then?
Would
the real Tony please stand up?
This is as real.
Would the real Tony please stand up? I thought that's who we were talking to all night for about an hour.
This is as real as it gets, man. I'm direct, and guess what, L'Oreal, I might not be for you, but I'm not coming for you though.
I was about to say that. So when you look at L'Oreal, you gotta realize you have different personalities. Like Tony, Tony's gonna be Tony. He's been like this for a long time. But we have different when it comes down to like men, there's different personalities that's out there. You know, you got some that's caring and understanding. You got some that's set in their ways, you know, and then you have some that, you know, that's willing to compromise and trying to be even ground with whoever they're trying to be with. But I mean, there's different variations of men out there, and the funny thing is, I've been in Tony's shoes. I was like that too at one point in my life, and then I kind of changed a little bit because, you know,
right,
I just changed, you know. But I think it's like a rite of passage for a lot of us men. We go through different phases in life when it comes down to what we're willing to tolerate and not tolerate. Because I was in his shoes, I said, hey, look, if a woman didn't have a certain type of certain professions at the time I was feeling, certain professions, I canceled them out. If you was in the medical field and you wasn't a nurse, and you was a PRN, I was like, oh, I can't talk to you. You know, if you say, I said, if you work in a warehouse, oh, I can't talk to you. Oh, you a truck driver? Oh, I can't talk to you neither. You know, it's like I was restricting certain people, and then when people come into my life, I agree with Tony when he says that, you know, if you're gonna go through my phone and just like it's your right, you invaded my privacy, then there's no need for us to be together. Because if I were to do that to you,
going through people's phones.
okay, oh, that was Doc again. Okay, my bad, Doc. You just came in and just came.
Hold on. Somebody got the Morse code to break down what she about to say.
Said who is going through people's phones?
No, it was just a topic, Doc. I know
that was an example.
Yeah, but you know, it's just I hate that. Okay, so generalizing.
There you go.
A lot of men went through a lot of I can relate to Tony and William because we kind of went through similar things in different situations.
But I got a bad attitude because I'm being real.
And those different situations,
I say shit that most men want to say.
I thought you weren't gonna say nothing else.
And those
I ain't saying nothing else. I'm catch you in my inbox now.
You said you weren't gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna put that shit on. I'm gonna put that shit. I'm gonna be like L'Oreal in my damn inbox. I got an attitude.
I thought you said you weren't.
Erlene, teachers are fun, so that's different. They teach to you. But no, just to say that a lot of us men have went through so many situations that we kind of understand and relate to each other. Like I know where Tony's coming from. I know where William's coming from. I know when Chris is coming from. When he's like, I mean, I know what I feel what a lot of us men are feeling because we went through those passages. So when we meet, and I hate to say it, but some characteristics of women are matching overall. And the sad thing is, like, I know when I think William touched it, well, I think Tracy touched it. It's like when we look back, we're Generation X and Generation Z, right? The way we grew up, courting a female was totally different. You know, you take them out, open the door, you know, the Bronx Tale type of style, you know. But then now today, courting is totally different. Women are now catering to the men and taking them out, or we can go Dutch or whatever the case is, and trying to, you know, splurge because I got money now. I'm independent. I could treat you.
Caking, you know, ass, man, brothers be caking now.
Yeah, you know, and the lifestyle has totally completely changed. You sitting there like, okay, you know, like, oh, you trying to prove something to me? Okay, I'll take this free meal right now, but this is not what I'm accustomed to, you know. But so the playing field has totally changed when it comes down to like dating. So when it comes down to us men, I hate to say it, some of us starting to get PTSD when it comes down to dating or being in a relationship or whatever the case may be. It's a mental health issues going on because we exchanging with a whole bunch of spirits out there. I know William's shaking his head like, hey, but I'm gonna go ahead and tone back down a little bit.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing on our end too. It's the same thing over here. Same thing.
I think everybody's having the same experience a lot of times, and I think your perspective is driven from your experience. So,
right,
you know, I think with the guys, so we've got 3 guys on here that have been divorced, and so your views as you listen to what we're saying are in line with each other because you all have the same experience. If there was someone who had not been married, a guy that had not been married before, he may have a different view and a perspective on the things that we're saying. And so I think likewise with on the side from the women, you have a lot of women on here who have had the same, whether it's divorced or not, may have had the same experience. And so I think what happens is people feed off of like energy. And so you understand things from the perspective of your experience. I see heads bobbing.
I agree. I'm just nodding because I agree.
Hey, I'm being honest with you. I like looking at Doc with her hand on her face. Like, I wish I could talk, but I can't sit in the big kid table.
Doc raggedy ass phone, man. Look, man, Doc. Doc, crank it up on your ass, man. You can't even.
The one night she got like 12 people on, she can't share not one view.
That's what made me do.
Whole thing.
14.
Broadcasting, won't none of y'all share nothing.
Oh, we heard that. Right there.
So,
We heard
so
that.
wait, so what I
Oh,
heard,
it's coming now. Oh, you
No,
hear
not,
me now?
don't get
Oh,
excited.
see, you
Don't
got
get,
happy. You got
don't get
excited,
excited.
and you pixelated.
so
You got
this,
excited, and you pixelated.
wait a minute. So this goes back to what Karen or what Karen said, which was I'll put everybody out my house.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right, all right.
This is
Well,
an
speaking of
example
which,
of I own everything over here, so I'm taking it back.
okay, well, I'm gonna do like some of the characters in the Martin TV show should have did and got the hell out before he kicked them out.
Mm.
No, so I
And
think this has been
We will
so
have
we're gonna wrap up because I
like
know
contribute. There
Hold
will
on.
be a part 2 next week.
But I got a quick question.
so
I got a
she
quick
said
question.
this will be continued next
I-
week. So what I was gonna say
Can I
is
ask one question before you leave Simone and Loria and Tracy? I just want to ask y'all a question.
sure.
What is y'all's what is your expectation of the ideal man?
So my question is going to have to be Tony. I don't appreciate that.
Okay.
She appreciates something.
Yeah.
okay,
It could have been your question, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Doc, you too. Your dumb phone ain't working. I can't ask you shit. That's why I put you in there. You get mad because I ain't put you in there. You can't even talk. We ask a question. We hear da 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 da. Hell, going on with your damn phone.
Hold on. Hey,
Got
you know,
your phone at the Piggly Wiggly.
I really wanted to ask this question real quick because I heard this is a new thing now that I'm hearing. Women want to get married, but they want to keep their house, and their husband can have their house, but they just be together for, relational or marital type stuff, but they have their own different houses. That's a new thing now.
No.
Really?
well,
I hadn't
I would.
heard that one.
Oh,
I can imagine that if somebody doing some bi-coastal or long distance thing, maybe. But
But even that has an expiration date. Like how long are you going to be there before we're in one place?
right.
But I don't know. I hadn't heard that one, Marcel.
Yeah, it was on a talk show as well.
You all need to answer Tony's question, ladies.
Yeah.
I will
All
answer
right,
it.
and I was gonna get right back to that and ask L'Oreal if she wanted to answer his question. I got you.
Okay.
Don't turn your head on me like
I
that.
don't, yeah, of course I will.
Go on and tell
I
me, boo.
don't really have.
I'm thinking about you. I just want to let you know.
I can't really say that I have like an ideal man necessarily. It's just I'm big on connection, and if we have a connection, it starts with that. You know what I'm saying? And everything else, I mean, you learn, after. But I mean, of course, he's got to be, have the job and and all that and whatever. But I mean, I don't want to get into all the particulars. It's, I don't know. It's just a connection. I feel like you'll feel with a person, and then everything else just kind of.
So you're leaving it up to the spiritual atmosphere.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's some bullshit. Okay, but anyway, next. You full of shit.
The first thing is gonna be
anyway,
physical, of course, but
I'll be on your ass next time we on the conference. Next time. I'm done with Zeta Beautiful. I'm on your ass now.
I'm not scared at all. I'm not
okay,
scared.
well,
All right. So you let me know. You let me know when you want to visit me.
yeah, I'm gonna let y'all do y'all.
You could be here.
William, we'll get you off in 5 minutes.
Come on. What's up?
Who got dimples?
Tracy?
So
Listen, when she ain't pixelating.
I think I remember Tony said the perfect expectations of
What
a
was your
guy.
ideal man? Your ideal man.
Oh, so my ideal person is who's gonna accept me for me at the end of the day and make me happy. That's my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jesus on the main line.
Stupid.
Okay.
Tell them what you
I
want.
think that my ideal man has changed as my understanding of myself and what my needs are have changed, and as I've matured. So right now, my ideal man, I think that's such a strong term when you say ideal, but
Yes.
I think one of the some of the core factors, let's say it that way, some of the core things for me, are communication, the relationship that they have, with their mother from a respectable perspective, not you need to be on your mama's titty still.
Right.
But I'm looking for someone who has a good relationship with the women that are in their lives, that are in their families, that are around them, that can communicate, that is a provider. I can take care of myself, but I expect you to have the desire, to want to do that. I need someone who can be my friend. Um, yeah, those are just some of the things, that can meet me, that we pair up on. We have fun, we pair up on different levels. So I think, those are some of the things that are important to me, in my relationship. That is looking for growth, and isn't interested in being static. Is that good for you, Tony?
A provider. Eggplant. No, I'm joking, girl. I'm joking. I don't know if you married. I ain't gonna say it.
Listen, providing is
I
providing.
didn't want to go there.
Playing with you.
Tony's always willing to go there. He's always willing to go there. But I think so. Let me ask to you guys. I'm going to ask that.
Don't not answer until next week when we have
Okay.
a better group of men.
This is a hater, man. Stop being a hater, Melissa.
Now, don't tell me your name is Melissa. My name is Doc.
Man,
From that shit.
See how clean that came through? That came real clear.
Hey, I got auto tunes over there. She's gonna sing computer love over there.
That's a great point, Adrian. I think that's a great point. You got to know what you're looking for. You got to know.
She summed that up really good.
So, well, anyway, I think what she's wanting to do is just to wrap this up. And typically she would say, does anybody have a quick wrap up or point that they wanted to make? Otherwise, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't be in my
next week.
inbox, L'Oreal.
Okay. So on that note, we will see you guys here next week with better connections all around.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see you next week with Doc.
All right.
We're gonna see Tony next week, not his representative. We want Tony. We want Tony.
See, I told you she got it. Didn't I tell you she was interested in me, man? I knew it.
In what? In choking the life out of you? Choking you
I knew
stop
it.
breathing.
That's a threat. Man. Goodbye. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, have a good one.
Night.
Peace out, y'all.